Music Maker Relief Foundation is a nonprofit organization that nourishes the roots of American music by directly supporting senior musicians living in poverty.
What can a man do but sing? Yeah, the blues. Yeah, you my darling. Good and I hate the blues.
Since 1994, Music Maker has served over 300 musicians, stemming from the traditions of blues, gospel, folk, Appalachian string band music, and songwriting traditions.
You know, I work with musicians in Appalachia and East Africa, and the blues musicians and traditional musicians throughout the American South, and for years. And I always notice the greatest traditional artists many times were living in terrible poverty. And, you know, poverty to the point that you open the refrigerator, there's no food in the fridge. They have no money for medicine. They have no money to keep a car. They have no money to keep an instrument. Maybe a wife is sick. They're putting their grandchildren through school.
To be eligible for our programs, musicians need to be over 55 and have an income of less than $18,000 a year. But the reality is many of the artists that we work with are living on incomes of less than $8,000 a year. And we feel when people are worried about paying the rent or can't afford their medication or proper nutrition, that they can't be paying full attention to creating their art.
I was homeless when I met Music Maker. I was sleeping in my van, and my guitar was in the pawn shop. Music Maker got my guitar at the pawn shop. They began to give me a check every month to eat food.
If we can just help them get a decent instrument, alleviate some kind of bills, and most of these artists are very proud and they want to hand up, not hand out. And we get them work, so we get them local work in their community, provide a city so they can perform overseas and in festivals abroad. Sometimes we can double their income, sometimes triple their income, and get them on the road to self-reliance.
Music Maker is a line of bluesmen undiscovered the opportunity to share our vision and love of the blues to other people, and this here is worldwide.
The artists are more interested in their music, they come up with more songs, and everyone gets to benefit from hearing all their great music.
Yeah, the art form is elevated, and because they're traveling, they're now performing in front of thousands of people that are now touched by this music that wouldn't know about the music, and because they're being documented, all their work will be preserved for future generations. What we see as these kind of waning golden years that people push aside, that people can be very vital, productive years for people.
And they can enjoy things they never thought they would see before, and have this great career that they always wanted.
This is a dream that I had when I was young. I intend to do another song. Pinch me, let me wake up, because I can't believe it. Australia, Paris, France, the Music Maker, Tim Duffy, I love you. It's incredible. It's incredible. I thought all of this was just gone. At my age now, and I'm pushing 73 years of age.
So when I was living in Africa, I was always very impressed about how the elderly were brought into the home, taken care of by the young, and usually raising the young kids. And here we forget about our old musicians, and so there's a lot to be learned from these guys, and there's a lot to be documented and shared, and pay attention to these folks because they have such great life experience, and they can be a great source of knowledge and inspiration and music.